All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into something absolutely crucial. We're going to completely transform the way you interact with artificial intelligence. Because let's face it, if you've been using AI lately, you've probably just been a passive asker. But by the end of our time together today, you're going to become an active architect of AI. We're going to break down the real underlying mechanics of prompting and human AI interaction. So let's be real for a second. Have you ever typed a request into an AI, waited for the magic to happen, and then you just felt totally underwhelmed by the generic, robotic response you got back? It's incredibly frustrating, right? You know the AI is powerful, but the output just sounds like a boring textbook. Okay, let's dive into this. The issue actually isn't the AI's capability. The issue is the instructions it's being given. Here is our roadmap for today. We're looking at 1. The art of prompting, 2. The perfect prompt formula, 3. Advanced reasoning and roles, 4. Iteration and context injection, 5. Chaining tasks into workflows, and 6. Multimodal prompting. By the end of this, you'll have a complete toolkit. Let's jump right into section 1, the art of prompting, designing instructions. The golden rule here is pretty simple. Your output quality is directly tied to your input quality. You hear the term prompt engineering thrown around a lot these days, but honestly, it's not about learning how to code. It's the practice of designing clear, structured, and purposeful instructions. Think of it as a structured thinking skill. It's the bridge between your human intent and the AI's vast capabilities. You aren't just firing off a question, you are framing the context, defining your expectations, and stripping away all that ambiguity so the AI knows exactly what you need. Moving right along to section 2, the perfect prompt formula, a structured blueprint. This is where we completely eliminate the guesswork. So the crucial point is this 5-step formula. I want you to mentally check off these 5 elements every single time you sit down to prompt. It's exactly like building the foundation of a house. First, the subject. What is this task actually about? Second, the action. What exactly do you want the AI to do? Third, description, giving it the necessary context and details. Fourth, style. What format or professional domain should it use? And finally, mood. What is the tone or the emotional direction you're going for? Let's compare a before and after to prove just how massive a difference this formula makes. A basic prompt is just write a business proposal. And yeah, you're going to get a generic, boring output from that. But now listen to our structured masterpiece. Write a business proposal for a startup focused on AI education in a professional consulting style with a confident and persuasive tone. See the difference? Every single component adds clarity and direction. We mapped out the action, the subject, the description, the style, and the mood. The AI now has a highly specific target to hit. All right, section 3, advanced reasoning and roles, upgrading the AI. This is where we elevate the AI from a general assistant into a specialized expert. One of the most powerful techniques out there is the use of system prompts and personas. Instead of just asking a generic AI for marketing advice, you explicitly tell it, act as a senior marketing strategist. By assigning a role, you instantly align the AI's output with professional standards, industry jargon, and specific expectations. It creates a highly context-aware response, because the AI is literally simulating that exact professional persona. And this brilliantly illustrates another advanced technique, chain of thought reasoning. Notice how the flow moves from the initial question through distinct logical reasoning steps before ever arriving at the final answer. Instead of letting the AI just jump straight to a conclusion, which, can lead to serious errors in complex logic or math, you literally instruct it to think step by step. This forces the AI to generate intermediate logical steps, which massively improves its transparency and accuracy on those tough analytical tasks. Shifting gears to section 4, iteration and context injection, grounding the output. We're moving from a single input into a conversational, real-world workflow. We need to de-jargonize a term you've probably been hearing everywhere, context injection. Very simply, this just means handing the AI your specific background data. You supply your own documents, company profiles, or historical data right inside the prompt. Why?
Well, because it grounds the AI's responses in real-world facts rather than relying entirely on its general training knowledge. This drastically reduces hallucinations, which is when the AI confidently makes things up, and it's actually the core concept behind massive enterprise systems like Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG. But here's the thing. Providing data isn't enough. You have to iterate. Treating AI like a one-off vending machine is a huge mistake. It's a collaborative partner. Just look at this evaluation loop. First, you ask it to generate a marketing plan. Then, and this is the secret sauce, you ask the AI to evaluate its own work by identifying weaknesses in that very same plan. Finally, you tell it to improve the plan by rewriting it to fix those exact weaknesses. This dynamic feedback loop builds incredible precision over time.
Let's scale this up in Section 5, chaining tasks into workflows, designing systems. This is where we automate the plumbing of our AI.
This concept is known as prompt chaining. Rather than throwing one massively complex, messy problem at the AI, you break it down into connected steps, where one output feeds directly into the next instruction. Step 1, generate 5 business ideas. Once that's done, Step 2, instruct the AI to select the best idea based on specific criteria. Once it picks one, Step 3, develop a full business plan for just that specific idea. You're designing a reliable, automated workflow that perfectly mirrors how human experts actually solve problems in the real world. And now we arrive at Section 6, the final capability level, multimodal prompting beyond text.
Multimodal AI lets you break entirely out of the text box. We're talking about blending data types. You can upload an image and instruct the AI to analyze it. You can feed it a complex visual chart and ask it to summarize the key insights. The amazing thing here is that the exact same structural intent, that perfect prompt formula we talked about earlier, applies whether you are generating a text report or orchestrating an end-to-end pipeline combining video, audio, and imagery. Now, what's really interesting here is that this acts as your ultimate cheat sheet. It maps out exactly which technique to use based on the complexity and control level you need. For professional writing, you use structured prompting. Doing pattern-based tasks, use few-shot prompting by providing the AI with a few examples first so it clearly understands the specific pattern. Need step-by-step math? That's chain of thought. Need to define an expert? System prompt. And for automated workflows, rely on prompt chaining. It perfectly visualizes the entire toolkit we've built up today. Let's see how all of this builds our complete narrative arc. This journey maps out the practical evolution of AI. We all start on the far left, right? Simply using an AI assistant to ask basic questions. But through the structured formulas, context injection, and prompt chaining we've unpacked today, we move toward building real systems. Ultimately, this empowers the move toward true AI autonomy, where AI agents don't just answer questions, but actually plan, act, and execute complex tasks on our behalf in a responsible, governed way. So, I want to leave you with this final, provocative thought to challenge your very next interaction with artificial intelligence. When you open up that text box, are you just typing questions into the void? Or are you actively architecting intelligent workflows? You now have the blueprint, the tools, and the strategies to take total control of your AI outputs. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and I seriously cannot wait to see what you architect next.